Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Nepali Congress demands for a parliamentary committee to probe alleged involvement of Home Minister in cooperatives fraud. CPN-UML Chair Oli says it's unnecessary. Prime Minister continues defending the minister. Ruling coalition commits at solving the issue of lands encroached, along with improving economy and implementation of federalism through its minimum policy priorities and resolution. Nepal ranks 8th in the list of most polluted countries, and just around 7 countries report of air quality considered standard by WHO. And Help Nepal, APF and Sudur Paschim enter into the quarterfinals of NVA Men's Volleyball Championship. Everest women team also enter into the semi-final. Main opposition Nepali Congress has demanded for the formation of a parliamentary committee to probe into the alleged involvement of Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane in cooperative scandal. The opposition has said there were adequate grounds to believe that the minister was involved in mishandling of the cooperative's finances. Chief Whip Ramesh Lekhak said available evidences all point to that direction.
चुनौती पिन दिन चाहन्छु तपाई प्रमाण छैन भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ म प्रमाण छु भन्दै छु यही सदन भित्र छानबिन समिति गठन गरौं प्रमाण छ कि छैन त्यो पनि हेरौं.
Earlier, addressing the questions raised at the Parliament, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal had clarified that there were no evidence to claim that the Home Minister was involved in the cooperative's irregularity. The Premier said Lamichhane did not assume any role in the cooperatives and that police investigation had given him clean chit as well. Premier Dahal urged against what he called unnecessary politicization of the issue.
मन्त्री रवि लामिछानेका विषयमा प्रतिपक्षी दलहरूले उठाउनु भएको कुरा छ. हालसम्मको अनुसन्धानले उहाँ सहकारीको सञ्चालक समिति, लेखा समिति, ऋण समिति, कर्मचारी लगायत कुनै पनि जिम्मेवारी र भूमिकामा नरहेको र अदालतमा विचाराधीन मुद्दामा पनि उहाँ कहीं कतै जोडिएको देखिएको छैन.
CPN-UML Chair KP Sharma Oli, speaking with the media after today's House session, said the opposition demand for a parliamentary committee for a probe was unnecessary. Oli also said the demand simply showed the desperation of Nepali Congress after being left out of the government. As demands for action against Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane grows for his alleged involvement in cooperatives fraud case, leaders of the ruling coalition have been airing comments that experts warn could affect any investigation into the matter. This has also invited the leaders' criticism for defending the minister to save the ruling alliance. Since the formation of the current ruling alliance, both the Prime Minister and CPN-UML Chair KP Sharma Oli have been actively defending Minister Lamichhane. Analysts say this is motivated by the significant share of support that Rashtra Swatantra Party holds in the parliament. Premier Dahal has announced the minister is innocent, while Oli has been claiming against his involvement. It should be recalled yesterday Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, speaking with Kantipur television, had said Lamichhane was innocent. He continued the same sentiment while addressing questions at the parliament today. In Kailali, CPN-UML Chair Oli stated the same. Now, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said the government is committed towards good governance and that it would not give impunity to anyone found involved in any kind of irregularity. At the session of the House of Representatives today, Premier Dahal was questioned by lawmakers on the plans to reduce the distance of Mid-Hill Highway, conservation of the Churi region, effective implementation of health insurance program and the plans for development of Karnali. In response, Prime Minister Dahal said the government was serious towards effective implementation of the health insurance program and the conservation of Churi. He also said the government had prioritized development of Karnali region.
क्षेत्रका रूपमा चिनिएको कर्णालीलाई समृद्ध कर्णालीमा रूपान्तरण गर्न तीनै तहका सरकारबाट एकीकृत प्रयास भइरहेको छ. कर्णाली क्षेत्रमा हुने जडीबुटी लगायत कृषि र वनजन्य उत्पादन प्रवर्धन, पर्यटन विकास र प्राकृतिक स्रोतको समुचित उपयोग मार्फत विकास र समृद्धिको अपार सम्भावना रहेको कर्णालीको मुहार फेर्न नेपाल सरकार प्रतिबद्ध छ.
With regards to question on the resumption of Pokhara International Airport and clearing its debt, Premier Dahal said efforts were underway to convert the debt into grant.
पोखरा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थलमा ल्याउनको लागि छलफल र एउटा सैद्धान्तिक सहमति भएको छ। मलाई विश्वास छ छिटै त्यस्ता अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय उडानहरू पोखरा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थलमा आउने छन् र यो समस्याको समाधान हुनेछ।
The Prime Minister also furnished answers to questions on formation of laws for the implementation of federalism and on raising the living standards of the general public. Earlier today. The five-party ruling alliance government has made public its minimum policy priorities and resolution, including pledges of effective diplomatic efforts to take back the occupied Nepali territories of Limpiathura, Lipulek, Kalapani and Susta, among others. The resolution concerning 12 issues that was made public at the Prime Minister's office in Singadarwar today includes pledges for effective management of the country's borders. The five parties have also pledged to take action against individuals that have been involved in corruption in different time period. The resolution proposal also includes pledges of concluding the transitional justice at the earliest, addressing the problems of land squatters and unmanaged settlement within 2 years, and amend laws related to forests and national parks for proper management of wildlife. The announcement also states resolution for implementation of federalism and improvement of public structures. The proposal also states that license of contractor companies that fail to complete work within the deadline will be scrapped and compensation must be paid, increasing production of electricity, ensuring cybersecurity and conducting Make in Nepal campaign targeting daily wage workers, farmers and those under minority group. It also includes resolution of introducing schemes for concessional loan to those involved in agriculture-based industries. The current coalition government had introduced common minimum program in the Nepali year 2079 as well. However, the coalition back then had broken apart. Sixteen more Nepali nationals who had joined the Russian army have been killed. According to Ministry for Foreign Affairs, DNA tests are ongoing. Last week, the ministry had said 7 Nepalese had been killed in the ongoing war. Addressing the parliament yesterday, Minister for Foreign Affairs Naren Kaji Shrestha had said that diplomatic efforts were underway to repatriate Nepali nationals from the Russian army, provide compensation to the families of those who died, and rescue those who have been held captive. We'll take a short break here. More news coming up. It has been 71 years since the government started investing in the country's irrigation sector. However, irrigation facilities have yet to reach around half of the total arable land of Tarai districts, while regular water supply has not been ensured to those that have access to irrigation. 1,246,000 hectares of arable land have infrastructures for underground irrigation. However, data by the Department of Irrigation shows that only 606,000 hectares receive irrigation water throughout the year. Babai irrigation project that began 35 years ago, Bheri Babai diversion 9 years ago, Sikta irrigation that started 20 years ago, Sunkoshi marine diversion that began 7 years ago, and 12-year-old Barka Path irrigation of Dang have yet to be completed. Meanwhile, the cost of construction of these irrigation projects have been increasing. The Ministry for Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation has said that 1,555,000 hectares of arable land across the country have infrastructures for irrigation. This means that 60% of cultivable land still lack reliable irrigation facility. The government had a target of expanding irrigation facility to 18,000 hectares of land in the ongoing fiscal year. Meanwhile, the National Agriculture Census shows that irrigation facility has stretched to only additional 3% of land. Government officials claim that the periodic plans are being constructed by using modern technology and will meet the target. The periodic plan has adopted a policy of increasing investment in agriculture to pave way for industrialization. However, development of the irrigation sector has been at a snail pace. This has compelled the youths of agricultural country like Nepal to go to foreign countries seeking for better jobs in agriculture sector, who the country has become dependent on for agricultural produce. In our Public Voice segment, today we've asked farmers in several provinces what problems have they been facing due to lack of irrigation facilities. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सिंचाई नभएपछि परेका पानीका भरमा अब बर्खा चाहिँ एक कमै लायो त्यहाँदेखि त्यतिकै बाँझो बस्छन् जग्गा जमिन
लगाएको बाली नाली पनि सुकेर जाने आकाशको भर पर्नुपर्ने
खेतीबालीहरू गर्नु पाइएको छैन पहिला राम्रो उत्पादन हुने खेतबारीहरूमा पनि अहिले राम्रो उत्पादन हुन छोडेको छ
सिँचाइ नहुँदा कस्तो खालको समस्या भने पोहोर साल मेरो यति बेला बारीमा गहुँ एकदम झुलेका हुन्थे अहिले बारी बाँझै छ
कृषि प्रधान देश भन्ने कृषि प्रधान देशमा खेतमा सिँचाइ छैन भने त अब के खेतीपाती गर्नु त हैन
पानी नआएर सुक्यो त धेरै गाह्रो हुन्छ जब पानीको आवश्यकता हुन्छ तब यो नहरमा पानी हाम्रो नरानी सिँचाइ विकासमा पानी आउँदैन
बिउ सडिसकेपछि त्यसमा बिउमा के पानी चाहियो त्यो उखाल्नको लागि रोपनी गर्नको लागि खेतमा पानी त एकदम जरुरी छ
नहरमा पायो भने गहुँ हुन्छ धान हुन्छ बिउ हुन्छ सबै थोक हुन्छ तरकारी नि हुन्छ त्यो पानी नआए फेरि कहाँबाट के हुन्छ
सिँचाइ नहुँदाखेरि त्यो बाँझोहरू बारी छ
भने जस्तै उब्जनी नै नहुने पानी नहुँदा प्याज अनि टमाटर यताउति गहुँ जौ सबै सुक्ने अनि किरा फटेङ्ग्रा लाग्ने
सिँचाइको चाहिँ सुविधा हुन्थ्यो भने हामीले थोरै खर्चमा पनि धेरै आम्दानीहरू लिन सकिन्थ्यो
गहुँलाई पानी पान्न जौले पानी पान्न प्याज लसुनहरू लाउँछौँ त्योमा पानी हुन्न धेरै समस्याहरू हुन्छ
जति दुःख गरेछौँ हामीले त्यति गरे अनुसारको अन्न बाली भित्राउन पाउँदैनौँ
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you what should be done to the Tribhuvan University land that had been distributed randomly. 42% voted for option A, return at the earliest, 32% for B, take action against decision makers, and 26% for C, impartial investigation. And here's today's question. What do you think of the government's minimum policy priorities and common resolution? Your options are A, traditional, B, encouraging, and C, best if implemented. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, import and exports have gone down this year as the economic slump continues. Based on Customs Department, in the 8 months of the ongoing fiscal year, imports went down by 2.66% and exports by 3.99%. Overall, foreign trade also went down by 2.78%. Last year, during the same period, imports stood at 1,058 billion rupees, which stands at 130 billion rupees this time around. Likewise, last year, exports stood at 104 billion rupees, which stands at 101 billion 610 million rupees. Goods and services worth 1,030 billion rupees have been imported so far. This includes petroleum products worth 179 billion rupees, coal worth 10 billion, gold worth 16 billion, smartphones worth 19 billion, and steel and iron worth 50 billion rupees. However, exports in the past 8 months were limited to 161 billion rupees, which includes steel worth 7 billion 940 million rupees, carpet worth 6 billion, cardamom worth 5 billion rupees, palm oil worth 4 billion, and juice worth 3 billion rupees. The Ministry of Labour, Employment and Social Security has said the decision to send labourers to Israel through manpower companies will not be implemented for the time being. Labour Minister D.P. Adyal said the decision to send labourers to Israel, Japan and Korea will be reviewed once again. A committee has been formed to evaluate the decision and a clear stand will be reached once it is reviewed, according to the minister. Adyal also said the government is doing homework on the agreements reached with the destination countries. All but one of 100 cities with the world's worst air pollution last year were in Asia, according to a new report, with the climate crisis playing a pivotal role in the bad air quality that is risking the health of billions of people worldwide. The vast majority of these cities, 83, were in India and all exceeded the World Health Organization's air quality guidelines by more than 10 times, according to the report by IQ Air, which tracks air quality worldwide. The study looked specifically at fine particulate matter, or PM2.5, which is the tiniest pollutant but also the most dangerous. Only 9% of more than 7,800 cities analyzed globally recorded air quality that met WHO standard, which says average annual levels of PM 2.5 should not exceed 5 micrograms per cubic meter. When inhaled, PM 2.5 travels deep into lung tissue, where it can enter the bloodstream. It comes from sources like the combustion of fossil fuels, dust storms, and wildfires, and has been linked to asthma, heart and lung disease, cancer and other respiratory illnesses, as well as cognitive impairment in children. Central and South Asia were the worst performing regions globally, home to all 4 of the most polluted countries last year, which is Bangladesh, Pakistan, India and Tajikistan. South Asia is of particular concern, with 29 of the 30 most polluted cities in India, Pakistan or Bangladesh. Only 10 countries and territories had healthy air quality: Finland, Estonia, Puerto Rico, Australia, New Zealand, Bermuda, Grenada, Iceland, Mauritius and French Polynesia.
Sports news.
Help Nepal has entered into the quarter-final of NVA Men's Volleyball Championship, becoming the winner of Group A. In the match held in National Sports Council's covered hall, Help Nepal had defeated Dhorpatan Club in 3 straight sets. They chalked out 25-18, 25-15 and 25-14 win. With today's loss, Dhorpatan's journey ended in the tournament. However, Koshi Province got a place in the final 8. Likewise, departmental team APF also entered into the quarterfinals as the group winners of Group B. Despite losing, Sudur Pashchim also booked a place in the last 8. In the third match of the day, Gandaki defeated Newton Club in straight sets 25-22, 25-14, 22-15. The other teams that made it through to the quarterfinals are Nepal Police Club and Buranilkantha. Tribhuvan Army have registered their first win at the 8th RBB NVA Women's Volleyball Championship. In the match held in National Sports Council's covered hall in Tripureshwar, Army had won over Karnali Province in 3 sets. Army took the first set 25-16, second set 25-23 and the final set 25-7. Army had been defeated by Everest in their first match. They will next play Nepal Police tomorrow for a place in the semi-final. In another match played today, Police struggled but chalked out a win over Everest in 5 sets. However, despite today's loss, Everest have already booked a place in the final 4. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.